That was a fucking jump scare and a half. Okay, hold up. Let's take a step back, shall we, game? Jesus. None of that, please. I needeth not the motion blur. The boring part of space travel? Is it really boring when I have to deal with people trying to nuke the entire spaceship? Is it really boring at that point? Yes, chat, welcome to Colony Spaceship, a post-Earth role-playing game. Alright, chat. This determines who we make. Hero or underdog? Do we want to make Callie and... The record premise is about to play out, isn't it? That depends. But, yeah. Do we want to be a Callie and fuck people up? Or be a Woden and die to a fucking lake because Kane's an asshole? I'm not letting him live that down ever. That button doesn't exist. Well, I've never played this game, so this custom shit might as well not exist. I don't fucking know what any of this means. Why, you bully? Because you're British. Also, because I didn't think you were here. Yeah, kill myself? I see your point. I literally have never played this game. I don't know what any of this shit means, dog. %30 accuracy! We're doing hero. I trust no game with accuracy anymore. Such things have made me learn. Having a penis, that's cringe. Oh, you fools. So I've decided Callie's what we're doing today. Everything else anyone in chat is about to say has been completely fucking overridden. Colony ship. Saved. This is gonna be a long day. Okay, let's see here. Let me get Callie up here. Where is she? Excellent. Fuck you mean not found? Huh? No, no. There's definitely. I see the issue. You weren't what I wanted. Go back here, thank you. This is going to be a long process, isn't it? Okay, go right there. Go here. Oh shit, is my old artist gone? Oh, that's not epic. Oh, that's very much not epic. Oh. Uh, mm. Oh no. Okay. Oh, thank God. Oh, we still got her. Oh. Whew. Okay. Not holistically cooked yet. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? Picolit Butcher, welcome. Hell yeah! It worked! See, chat, it was all worth it. Also, Frogatuckle, I learned whoever made this picture may no longer exist in my, anywhere. So thank God I put this everywhere. Oh, okay. Oh, no, they didn't die. I just checked it. They just changed their fucking profile picture. Oh! Oh! I thought I lost Callie, all the Callies forever, but we got them. Not that it matters. I can't get red hair. Alright, pivoting. Oh, this is actually the perfect opportunity to do Abel. Perfect opportunity. I need music while I'm doing this. Kane, I'm probably going to do the exact same song again. Everybody sing it.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts.
No, not that.
This is the Cloud Monster.
No, not that. Everybody sing it.
Where is the justice when the guilty all go free? Why don't we lock them up and throw away the key?
I see young man's anger burning in your eyes.
What you see is my impatience with your noble compromise. Show me what's right about the wrongs that we allow. Real people need to feel protected here and now. This whole damn system's broken way beyond repair. It's just law, not law and order. Not much good and seldom fair.
Laws are made for everyone, we're treated all the same.
Till the lawyer's tricks can fix the blame. What about the victims waiting for some justice? How can we turn away and say that's just the way things are? What about the families hiding in their houses?
That's right, Boogie!
Afraid to
My
walk the
balls.
streets at night with all their doors locked tight. Tell me, where is the justice? If there's any justice.
Your simple arguments have all been made before. The world's not black and white, the choice not either or.
Perhaps it's time we drain the color from it then, till we're back to seeing black.
Also, Florida Tucker, yes, there's a Death Note musical.
Overwrought pronouncements won't improve the paradigm.
Till lawyers cutting deals becomes a crime. The corporations make the regulations and hold no one accountable when everything goes wrong. Let the rich and famous get away with murder. Every time a high-priced mouthpiece starts to talk, his client gets to walk. Tell me, where is the justice? If there's any justice. Where is the justice for all the victims? Where is the justice?
Now we're cooking!
Law that can't punish those who break it.
Politicians take their speeches all day long, while judges pushing pencils mostly get it wrong.
Instead of loopholes for the laws to fall between, that's what good old-fashioned payback grease the wheels of the machine.
Isn't everybody sick to death of all this stuff? Can't we all stand up and say enough? Listen to the families hiding in their houses. All of them afraid to walk the
On the other hand,
with all the doors locked tight. We must give them their justice. We owe them some justice. Where is the justice?
yeah, that pretty much gave me an idea of what we're doing here. Why do Abel when we can go back? Far more back to the past than anyone should ever go. So far past, I bet you wish you could forget the past. But no. One must suffer for their art. One must suffer, chat. It's time to make the legend, the dream. Cult leader? Well, shit. Oh, to worship entropy? Never. God, are we gonna worship then? We're gonna worship me. We're gonna worship the Church of Emily, baby. Or lieutenants. Do whatever Natalie says. Or, sorry, do whatever Emily says. Don't kill civilians. Be really good at breaking it down sexual style. There you go. I have certainly made a character. Is the year of our Lord. Oh, thank God. The year of our Lord, 2075. You will never feel the sun's warmth under a blue sky. Never hear the wind in the branch of a tree. Never swim in the ocean. Because you had the misfortune of being born on the ship. You have never seen Earth. And you'll never see Proxima Centauri either. Your past and future both sacrifice for some dim, nameless ancestor to the greater good of the mission. Starfarer, they call her. A pre-name for retrofitted interplanetary freighter. She had already been 20 years in service when she was rechristened, ensuring every minute of it. No one is certain this ship will actually reach its destination, and nobody much cares, since no one alive will live to see it. Fatalism is the prevailing philosophy of the shipborne. Make the best life you can and co-sign all your what-ifs and what-have-beens to the void. Yeah, I'll answer a few questions. I want to learn more about the ship. The ship was lost by a neo-Christian conglomerate dictatorship. A conglomerate dictated to the establishing a religious colony on a distant world. The original 50,000 passengers, the so-called first generation, were... Let me double check that. Yeah, the audio can be boosted. Okay. They sacrifice whatever lives they have on Earth and demand strict obedience to the laws of God and the ship from their own children. Unfortunately, the generations that followed lacked their forebears' fervent will to sacrifice. Dissatisfaction led to open revolt against the authorities called the Mutiny, and the Mutiny meteorized into a civil war. While the mutineers dealt a decisive blow to the old order, they did not eradicate it completely. The fires died and the smoke finally dissipated. 3 factions emerged from the wreckage of the old order: the Protectors of the Mission, the Brotherhood of Liberty, and the Church of the Elect, each of them promising their own version of the future. You've always thought that rebelling against the ship's authority was a mistake. The environment itself is... The mutineers did the right thing. After all, Emily is a bit of a rebel. In fact, you would go on to say, life is... one must evolve. The ship suffered extensive damage during the Civil War, but remains operational. The hull was breached in several places, and frantic efforts to avoid a meltdown crippled the main reactor. Radiation increased in places to lethal levels, and several areas remain dangerous to this day. When a small percentage of children in the habitat were first born deformed, they were branded mutants and immediately shunned. The young were abandoned, and those whose defects didn't manifest until later were driven out. When the condition of the fusion reactor degraded to dangerous levels, and the number of volunteers for the jobs in areas exposed to radiation remaining few, the mutants negotiated a pact with the habitat, granting them protection from harassment and violence in exchange for their maintenance and the engineers and other vital ship systems. I always thought that despite it all, ostracizing fellow humans based on genetic differences is wrong. This place you call home is known as the Pit. Oh, excellent. Oh, excellent, Chad. I live in a shithole. Awesome. And to some, more affectionately as the Free City. Calling the towers of containers rise from the depths of a cargo hold a city is a bit of a stretch, and so is the other half of it. With no kind of law or government, freedom mostly means you're free to kill or be killed. On the plus side, housing is cheap, and keeping overhead low is a priority when you have nothing. The real city is a metropolis, sprawling across many decks. It's called a habitat. It offers much better living conditions for those who can afford it. To live where you have to pick a side among the factions vying for control. No one in the Pit gives a damn about their struggles, but like Earth before it, nothing in this world is free. Just keep in mind you might get more than you signed up for. As far as you're concerned, some rules are necessary. The ship is en route to Proxima b, an Earth-like planet orbiting Proxima Centauri. After launch, a deep space probe transmitted a highly detailed image of the surface, which relayed 1 mile setback. This very habitable world is already inhabited. Since the voyage is estimated to take close to 400 years, it's possible by the time the ship arrives, the colonists will encounter a mature civilization corresponding to Earth's Middle Ages. If that's the case, Slaves! Ah, yes, the slave trade! Ah, excellent. Make an effort to live in harmony. As inevitably happens in dark and challenging times, by the way, these developers are making a next game where we actually do land on the planet and have to survive on it. So, oops! I sure hope I'm not making the most racist cult of all time. As inevitably happens in dark and challenging times, some people turn to God for reassurance, the promise of an end to pain and hunger, or failing an end, at least a purpose. The Church of the Elect reject both the protectors of the mission and the Brotherhoods of Liberties as otherworldly fools distracted by politics of their own egos. Testing their inherent aberrance, they are chosen by God and the Church fames. Taste of death, we all. Blah, 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 blah. The way you see it. I already don't remember if the ship has a name. No, it does have a name. No, they said it had a name. It was like, it was Starborn, wasn't it? It's called the Cult Steel Garden. No, calling our Cult Steel Garden is pretty good, but no, the ship has a name. I also don't remember it, but no, they did say it has a name. It's like Starborn? I think the ship's name is Starborn. I'm gonna look on the Steam. Check on the store page. It might say it there. It doesn't say there. But Starfare? Starfare! That was it. Starfare. I thought it was like Starborn or Star something. I couldn't remember what it was. The way you see it. What does Emily believe in? I mean, Emily is literally a Nephilim, so. It doesn't matter if God exists. People need to believe in something bigger than themselves. Protector's one truth is the mission. And the sole way to ensure successful completion of the mission is to follow the old ways. The ways of the Father, the four had being upon the ship, traveled in the mutiny, which were steadfast and thankfully aborted. The Protectors will subjugate anyone who threatens the mission. Over the last century, they have managed to expand their enclave somewhat, but the Brotherhood is deeply entrenched. To overcome them with violence would result in a massive loss of life, an unfortunate consequence which itself would be in danger to the mission. Kane, you've seen Emily at her worst. What do you think she would pick out of 3 or 1? If it all fails, then the sacrifice was for nothing, or they're the problem I have. Well, out of everyone in chat, you're the one who spent almost a full year with her. Despite all my fuck-ups, I did genuinely try to give her an arc. It wasn't great, and it really wasn't Emily, but... She's an anarchist she's an anarchist with a point. Well, the mission is get to the fucking planet. The mission is get this hunk of steel to a planet. That's the mission. They just want to do it just to spread the name of Jesus, but, you know, we all live here. But they're also a basically nightmarish religious regime, so... do we really want them getting there? Hold on. While I'm getting a... most important part. You're right, chat. Instead of embracing the future, the protectors are clinging to a long-gone past. Well, actually, you're right. Emily is always someone who's trying to bring down a regime to make something better. Is very precise. Yeah, we've already fucked it early on. Remember when we, like, made mutants and fucked up the generator? Or the reactor of the ship? We already fucked this. We're now just salvaging our fuck up. The Brotherhood was formed to liberate the people from the shackles of the ship Authority. Their first sally, which the False of the Old World called Mutiny, did not completely achieve the same. However, the Brotherhood was successful in establishing a significant power in the New Order. Unfortunately, the Brotherhood's subsequent attempts to complete their emancipation of the enslaved, whether they maybe ran into an unexpected obstacle. Not only did the people refuse to cooperate in this noble mission, they often violently resisted, and sometimes even chose the protectors of the church over their best interests. Ah, normal American politics, I got you. The war goes on, but will be fought on different battlefields with different tactics. A non-military campaign to win over the people with enough reason and deceit. Weakening the enemy from within is the central pillar of this new strategy. So I've done Emily over the years a bunch of different ways, and 3 and 2 hit a little close. It's a fine... Bomb has been planted. Ah! I don't actually have any water, so... I'll drink more whiskey. How about that? I actually ran out of water. I drank a fuckload earlier today. The earlier streams today, I've got taps, don't you? Yeah, but that requires me getting up. Tell you what, chat, I get to choose the answer for this. And I'll go and get some water. How about that? If you all agree that I can go get water from wherever the fuck I want to get it. Yeah, I'll piss in a cup and drink it. I won't do that. Even I'm not crazy enough to do that one. Alright, I'll go get some water. 1 second. Damn it. Alright. And there goes my phone again. Your beliefs and opinions may change and evolve over the course of the game as you their factions, groups, and various individuals. You mind that actions speak louder than words, and that saying one thing and doing another won't fool people for long. Well, Farutaku, here's to you. The water. Killeth me. I'm dying. I need to drink more whiskey. I need to get this water out of me. It's killing me. And there goes all the whiskey I had. Ugh. Alright, well, I'm fully gassed up. Got water to cool me down. And I have no fucking clue what we're doing. Let's get to work, shall we? Ever since you were a kid, this has been your home. A sprawling heap of vacant cargo containers slowly getting filled up by those who couldn't afford to stay in the habitat or needed to get away from bosses and factions. Out here, folks have lived free and die fast, with those who survive earning their keep by either diving to the wreckage of the mission control, or bringing back valuable relics from the past, or figuring out a way to make money off the fools who do the diving. From the day it sprung up like a patch of mold on this rich substrate, the pit has been overshadowed by Johns Redford, the canny, cagey son of a bitch who first planted its first spike. The defector mayor of the town, with no government. Jonas holds court in the Promised Land, the pit's only brothel, and the base of operations for his network of thugs and whores. Sounds like my kind of man. But as the pit grows, Jonas' seat at the top has gotten shakier. When the Brother of the Freedom threatened to annex the town, concerned citizens band together and hired the Regulators, a mercenary gang led by Jerome Braxton, to keep the Brotherhood out. But now, as Braxton's government swagger in the neon lights, some folks start wondering whether it's time for the pit to get a little law and order, or whether Braxton might be the right man to wear a sheriff's star. You open your eyes to a gray hull metal ceiling, one panel of which flickers yellow, indicating day shift. You overslept. Not that it matters. With a grunt, you roll off your stained mattress and open the window to let some fresh air in. Like everything else around here, fresh is relative. Ship does best to recycle air and water, but cargo holds aren't high on her priority list. You breathe in metal and burning oil and look up. 4 of the bridge's 6 projectors are still operational, shining dully down the container towers of Cargo Hold 3, better known as the Pit. The Free City. Calling the Pit, is a bit rich, but so is calling this reddish-brown liquid water. You've read that water's supposed to be clear, and cities are supposed to be big, but no shipborne has ever seen either. Maybe another 100 years, water will look and taste like oil. People will be talking about the good old days when it was the color of rust and tasted refreshingly bitter and tangy. That's the kind of optimism that keeps you going. The elevator crawls up. Sleep. Good. Kane, because I need to redo this entire character. We're not making Emily. Because this is the reality that Mary lived in. You know, the Queen. Get that mental out bullshit out of my face. The Queen. This is what the elders lived in. I gotta become the champ. Oh, spit, chat. Oh, spit. We gotta be even more ghetto. We're gonna choose the same answers, but yeah, baby. We gotta make someone even more ghetto. Now that I've seen the shithole I live in. Gotta go back. Back to the past. Also, I'm so glad it was as easy as just making a portrait file. Could you imagine if I had to do like a whole lot of bullshit? Could you, bro? Could you fucking imagine? Do it again. Hey, Frog Otaku, you're still there, right? I haven't completely lost my fucking marbles. I haven't lost my marbles, right? That does look sick as hell, right? Which means we need to recreate this character. We're gonna choose the same options. But it's time to make the beast. So Fargo Taku, I'm gonna need you for a bit. For some armor blitz shit. Cause it's about as close as anyone's ever gonna get. I need this woman to be a no-skilled piece of shit who's really good at killing people. What weapon do I take? Would you like a small description of the Queen? You know what the best part is? I have never spelled her name right. So, this name right here, completely misspelled. However, she is based off a character. Athela was the daughter of King Ahab and Queen Jezebel of Israel, the wife of a lot of shit. And she got taken down because she was basically fucking insane. But we did a whole lore thing of, on if every other religion can be can be reinterpreted. Fuck everyone I can reinterpret it. So we made Mary Athela. Mary because her kids basically become Jesus and overthrow the apocalypse in their own timeline. Athela because it's supposed to be a queen, which in biblical terms, or like in biblical stories for the Jewish faith, gets overthrown by her own daughter. Which is what happens with the queen. I didn't know this. I just gave her the name Athela because, like, I want an evil queen. Cool. Oh, this was just accidental. But yeah, she is basically, Marithila is basically the queen that comes from a peasant overthrowing everything. Only to be overthrown yourself. There's a lot more to it than that, but I'm very drunk and I just kind of want to get on to the game. It's been an hour and I want to actually play the fucking game now. But in this reality, this fits her. Being put in a shithole and just saying, fuck it, we ball. And I want to make sure somebody's here to actually have fun with it. However, I've also done the lore of, I don't know if this is going to happen in the game, but I did have the lore of she was under a king that basically just went, oh, this is the hottest one? Fuck him, I'll take it. As far as our character knew, she didn't have any powers. Went on to become a general that overthrew the king. Without any powers. Only to learn that her powers were, I take whatever power my children have. Because her species was, basically everyone is born with a power. It just turns out her power was gaining everything from having children. Which led to its own fun concepts. But for now, we're gonna stick with... She's a nobody with great potential at the bottom. Who becomes a good soldier because she's just a really good soldier. So what do we take, Frog Otaku? God, that was so much. You already know I'm gonna make an anarchist. You already know what decision I'm gonna make to become this character. What should I take to become the ultimate fuck 'em mode? Rifle. Alright, I'm a rifleman. I got one more point on stats. One more tag still. I got 2 more points, so I can boost anything by 1. Rifle, we've already gotten to the top. It's good to go. I think we take Sneak. Nah, fuck Snake. Nah, take Snake. Streetwise or persuasion? Let me put one to armor and one to crit. Yeah, I'll take armor, but But it's more of what is this character? Being from the bottom, becoming the queen. A keen eye for other people's hidden desires and weaknesses will allow you to manipulate both friends and foes. She did grow up on the streets. So learning to persuade people actually makes sense. That's a good character arc. Learning more persuasion, even though we're good at it, learning more would make sense. Yeah. What was the other one? I really don't want to put it into crit because crit is just shit. Not for this game. I just really don't like crit. It's just boring. Oh, you maybe do more damage this time. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of. I have seen some good crit builds. It's just like I don't really want to build crit. Oh, I got a good idea. What if we do blunt? Either blunt or pistol. Something we're always gonna have ready. I think we do need a good melee for Mary. Blunt? Hell yeah, Mare from my own heart. And we're right back where we are. The last few years, you've been doing odd jobs for Tanner, a local hustler with a nose for making money. He's never tried to screw you over, which is pretty close to being virtuous in this town. Still, there's a first time for everything. Carbine rifle, motherfucker! And a fucking claw hammer! Holy shit, we actually made a better character. There she is, ladies and germs. Do I take less damage? I kind of want to take less damage because I'm already really good at dodging, if I remember right. I don't know. I can't remember what the fuck our stats were. I need to become married, don't I? Oh, fuck me. Chat! I need you to do something for me. Call upon the Ancient One. I need you to give. I need you to use an emote. Very specific emote. I need you to use art. fuck's distortion field? Oh, Jesus, actual fuck. Oh, this is the game. Oh. Hold up there, Mary. Oh. No, when I said rifle, I generally have been sunlocked. Where do I go? Where am I? I talked to that guy. Motherfucker, you know how to get... Oh, so... Oh. So I live off of dead people. This is the This is the fucking cargo. Chat. Do I call it now? And do this tomorrow along with Digimon? Because this feels like so much. I'm fascinated. But it's kind of like seeing anime that you know is going to go on for a while. Sounds fair. Thank God. And we will see all of you tomorrow. Later, mates.